And we are live again with another video and another brilliant, world-class, unbeatable performance by Arsenal tonight against a team that we were expected to win anyways, and which was Spurs. And what a marvelous performance! It seems like we cannot be beaten any better. So the thing is that we have put in a solid performance today, and we are back in the Invincibles era. I think it feels like that, just on the opposite side of it. But with me right now, I have a Manchester United fan in Harvey, and some people in the chat, and another Cardiff City fan, Adam, coming on soon, with Sankal possibly joining in as well, the other Arsenal fan, along with me to have that debate as well later on in the stream. But right now, before I get into it, I will just quickly go through a couple of comments. Big up to Miss Melina in the chat. Big up to Sofian in the chat. All good. All hope you guys are doing well as well. And adding Adam to the conversation as well. So Harvey and Adam. Adam, where can people find you before I go to Harvey? And what are your plans for the channel now?
Yeah, Football with Brownie on YouTube and started a Facebook page again. And please, Nitesh, give the guys my Twitter handle because I've just started that off and I can't remember what it is. Going forward, I'm going to start doing podcasts now. More than likely after the new year. I'm already setting up a podcast with former professional footballers. Hopefully, if I can get him, a former Argentine World Cup runner-up who played with Diego Maradona. But at the moment, he's back in Argentina at the moment until the COVID stuff comes to an end. But I can see my channel going places now. So, but I can only do that with the extra subscribers and the extra interest from the guys out there.
I hope when you say going places, I hope it's not the Spanish prison that you're talking about.
Oh, but Jesus, can you believe it? Can you believe it? While live on your Facebook page, I run out of fuel. The police turn up and they give me a €200 fine for not wearing a high-vis jacket on the side of the road. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So because of that, I've started going on the vodka early.
You're lucky that I'm not there. Otherwise, I would have pleaded them to arrest you as well. But big up and
whoa,
and Sankalp is back again. Hold on, I'm getting an international call. Who's this guy? Christopher Kingdom, getting a call from Nigeria. I think the Nigerians are pissed off with the performance as well. But Sankalp, where can people find you before we get into the conversation?
Is that you have built feedback? Anyone have built feedback, or is it just me?
Yeah, there's a slight feedback coming from Sankalp's stream.
Sankalp, have you got a tornado going through your home?
No, man, it's just a fan. 1 second, I'll just turn it off.
No.
It's actually the Arsenal fan in Sankalp's house.
I've just seen the goals now, Nitesh. I've just seen the goals now, and I can't believe either of them, to be quite honest. There, I can't go to Sankalp and then we'll talk.
Yeah, Sankalp, go ahead.
Perfect. People can find me on my Twitter page, which is Understanding Football. So I try and share tweets around football and fantasy Premier League. This week I'll be covering a lot on Arsenal. I have made up my mind to get into this in depth of a mess that we have created at Arsenal. So please follow me on Twitter.
And Harvey is on United Daily News. I think United Transfer News. I forgot the handle also now. Harvey, are you there? Hopefully you can give me the right handle. I've forgotten. It's been so long. I think it's United Transfer News. Yeah, United Transfer News on Facebook. And was it? I think it's Harvey Smith on Twitter, or is he on United Transfer News? I've forgotten the handles, but probably he can give those at the end of the stream. I've literally forgotten. It's been so long. But yeah, so before I get into it, I just want to ask Adam. No,
Yep.
I'll start with Sankalp because Adam saw parts of the game. Let's start with Sankalp's in-depth analysis of the game. What a perfect game! The Invincibles are back, right, Sankalp?
Yep.
Yes, for sure. Slight miss. I think 1-2 players shot. That's all.
The Invincibles, the Invincibles. We can make that around. Am I audible to you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Yeah. So I was saying the Invincibles are back, but the win is the WIN, the new version of the legends that we had. But what do you make of that game overall and the performance that you saw from Arsenal today?
Is it for me?
Yes, Uncle.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Very typical Arsenal match. I mean, it took me like 5 years back, 10 years back. Like this is what we do against Mourinho sides. We just go out, out of the way, try to play the ball. His sides will just sit back. They know exactly what to do when they can counter. They know which are the spaces that we leave at the back, and they exploit it. I mean, while the Sun goal, I know it's a very good goal, right? Something you have less to complain about. But again, we gave him that opportunity, right? We kept
Oh,
tracking back,
without doubt, I agree.
right? And the Kane goal is a typical, Mourinho goal that I have seen across the years now. So it's nothing that you can, say that you didn't expect it. It is exactly as per their plan, and I feel we played into their hands. I mean, we have a lot of problems, but today I think it was a typical match where we played into their hands. Very naive of our team.
Okay, and let's go to Adam, who saw some parts of the game, and
Yeah.
he saw the highlights as well. So, Adam, what did you make of that performance?
Well, um, as you guys have always known, I don't really listen to possession stats and other stats like that because they can be easily manipulated. Possession stats can be just going side to side, running the clock down. When defenders pass the defenders and not penetrating. But I just seen the two goals again before I come on here. And yes, people are going to say the Son goal was a brilliant finish, and it was a brilliant finish. But what the hell was Bellerin doing?
He was probably
Giving
thinking
him,
about
give.
as he was probably thinking about, as you said, penetrating something else.
First of all, Bellerin's supposed to be the right wing back, yeah. So why wasn't he really on the Son? He was more infield. In fact, he was more infield than the right-sided centre back, right? He then he gives him loads of space to show the angle of where Son could hit it, and then he falls on his ass. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous defending.
I think
That's
But
and nothing with Bellerin. The guy is
but
25
Adam,
years old. No, hang on,
yeah, go ahead.
Nitish. Nothing with Bellerin. The guy is 25 years old. The guy can't even take a throw in.
But Adam,
It's
you seem to
ridiculous.
forget one thing.
Yeah.
Falling on his ass is Bellerin's biggest talent and skill. That's what he's good at.
I just and the
That's all that
second
he's
one
good at.
and the second goal. Now I know it's going to be praised for the counter attack. Fully understand why it be praised, but you come into half time. You literally got a few seconds left remaining of the first half, right? Why did so many Arsenal players gamble to get in the box? Because when Kane gets further towards the Arsenal penalty area, there was 4 attackers against 2 defenders. That's just schoolboy stuff. Absolute schoolboy stuff. Now, whoever made that decision to get forward I don't know whether that would be Arteta or whether that would just be the complete lack of common sense regarding the defender, regarding the Arsenal players on the pitch. That's absolutely ridiculous. Listen, if you can go in 1-0 down at half-time, you're still in the game. There's only a goal in between. You get an equaliser, you're back on level terms. You do things like that, as gamble getting loads of players in attacking positions. You do things like that when it's the last 5 minutes of a game, not in the last few seconds of the first half. It's
Yeah, and
absolutely suicidal by some of Arsenal players today.
yeah, before I get
And questions for Arsenal fans, questions need to be asked now.
yeah, before I get into what Harvey and like into his thoughts on the game, Sankalp,
Yeah.
if you can just share the video with the FA Cup group that we have, they need to change the name now. FA Cup is gone and we are fucked again, probably. And maybe they all must have had some angry opinions and rants. Probably they would also like to join the chat as well. And yes, Harvey, before you go ahead, can you give a shout out to your channel as well, quickly?
Yeah, my channel is United Daily Transfer News, and on Twitter it's Harvey UDTN News. So yeah.
Adam, you're panting like you're having sex
No,
with
it's
the
not
mic
me.
in your mouth.
It's not me.
Okay, I thought the mic. No, because I thought the mic was close to you.
Oh no! I'm just sorry. I'm just trying to do two things at once. I do apologize.
What was the other thing? Hopefully nothing toilet related.
No. I'm just trying to. I'm literally watching the two goals again on my laptop. Which is located behind my phone here, and I just. If Cardiff played like that, if Cardiff defended like that, I would be absolutely furious.
But they more or less do.
No. But I'm on the point I'm trying to make is that that's not even lower league defending. That's the point I'm trying to make. And
So are you,
before I get Arteta is by Arteta constantly selecting some of these players now. He's just making it hard for himself.
Okay, I'll just quickly go to Harvey before I come back to Adam. But Adam, I have a very good question for you. But Harvey, what did you make of the game?
Well, in the first half, he was all over the place, to be honest, the defence. And it looked like Spurs were going to get a goal very early, and they did with that some goal. And the defence again was at fault for that. And the second goal, what Partey come off the pitch as well, which was I understand that he's injured, but you don't come off the pitch whilst another team's counter-attacking your team.
That's another thing as well. Going back on Harvey's point, sorry to jump in there, but yeah, Arsenal were a man down at that time. Yeah. So why the hell are you gambling so many players going forward when you're down to 10 men? It's suicidal. It's kamikaze playing. Kamikaze football Arsenal players were playing at that. You'd expect that from Japanese fighter pilots in the Second World War when they got one wing left after being shot down. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Probably Adam is soon going to have sex with a Japanese female warrior. He's already imagining and planning and plotting where the wings will go and where the chicken wings will go, rather.
No, but thing is, Nitesh, yeah, I am not an Arsenal fan. People who know me aren't an Arsenal fan. But I'm sick to death of these players, no matter what club they play for, actually stealing a living as a professional footballer when he making the same mistakes I was doing when I was on bloody schoolboy terms, Oxford United when I was 15. It's ridiculous. I bet. And Harvey, you're on the books of somebody, aren't you?
Yeah.
You wouldn't. I'm certain you are not told to play some of that bloody kamikaze, rubbish a few minutes before the halftime whistle goes, like Arsenal players were doing today. It's ridiculous.
No, we get told to drop back.
Yeah,
We get told
exactly.
players to drop back. Yeah,
Exactly. Especially if you're one man down as well.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked and stunned. Shocked and stunned, honestly.
Yeah, probably, Harvey. If you had to play every day against our defense, you would probably be the next Ronaldo.
Probably.
If you
It
had
is
to play week
embarrassing,
in
though.
and
It
week out
really is
against our
embarrassing.
defense.
Yeah.
Harvey, I bet you can
No,
take
that
a
is
throw in.
that is
Can't
why
you?
Yeah.
You know.
No, that is why I was telling you when at the start of the season, Arsenal fans and other fans were saying that Arsenal's defense has improved. I was not that too like it has improved to an extent, but not that much. The reason because we were defending well is because a lot of players are falling back, and when they start to attack and when they start moving forward, they just can't come back. And other players in midfield who are supposed to be part of the creative side of things have to fall back and try to defend in their place. Like Sam
Yeah.
was pointing out the other day about Danny Ceballos filling in for Bellerin. He is expected to do some of it, but not as much as he's told to do, or probably he's doing for now for some reason. So
I'm
yeah,
starting
good.
to feel for you. I'm starting to feel for you guys now, if I'm honest with you. Yes, before I started talking, before I got to know everybody on YouTube and so on, I was kind of like, on a Saturday night, I'd get the popcorn out and watch AFTV every time Arsenal would lose. But I can now see where the growing frustration have been for a number of years for Arsenal fans. And Arteta needs to make bold decisions now to save his job. In the eyes of the fans, he's a dead man walking. But I personally, I think it would be unfair of the Arsenal board to give another manager January's transfer window. Because I think the panic button is starting to be pressed now within the club, and they may well bring their summer signings forward to January to please fans. I don't know what you guys think of that.
I'll just say one thing before I Sankalp on that. When have the owners and the management really bothered about pleasing the fans that they'll start now? But yeah, Sankalp, what do you think on that point that Adam is saying about the summer signings being pushed to January? The only thing that I can see is probably one signing coming in because just to avoid that going towards the bottom half of the table.
Yeah, I think yes, maybe the pressure is already there on the owners. We have seen that over the last two seasons. They are putting more money than they have. We are spending more money than we have. Whether in the correct areas or not, that is obviously debatable. But we are trying to do a bit more because we know we are in a lot of mess. So I think we will obviously try to get one more player in the middle because we really need someone in the middle. Uh, and the performances just before the party signing, right, were very similar because we are not doing well. We had started, a bit weak. Even though we won the first match, the second match was just slight, and the third match again we were very poor. So that led us, to finally go ahead and sign one very good player, right, Party, with who unfortunately is getting injured. So I think we will go ahead and do one more signing, and Party's injury can be another prime reason which forces us to, get into the winter market. But like you, I don't think we'll be doing more than one. We will wait for the summer window and just do one basic, which should ideally push us to do better.
I think it could well be a connection between OR playing up now in Leon a month before the January transfer window. I'm not saying that he would go to Arsenal, but I do think that he would leave Leon. Boycotting games, boycotting training a month before the next transfer window, when he was about to go out of the club, had it not been for his agent being too greedy, I think that's a telling sign, really. But he could go to Real Madrid because
Didn't he sack his agent, if I'm not
I'm
wrong?
not too sure, if I'm honest with you. I couldn't tell you that, but
It's his brother.
it is definitely a connection. What did you say, Sanka? It's his brother.
Yeah, that's what I last read. It's his brother.
Well, yeah, I know. I met Sergio Ramos' brother, who's Sergio's agent. But a bit of relation. Ozil had his agent being his father at one point, didn't he? And then he took his father to court. He sued his father. So even though they are family relatives, some agents are, and I can fully understand that because of the personal personal situations that go on within contracts and transfers and so on. They don't cover up feuds between a player and his agent.
Okay, and big up to RN in the chat as well. And he'll probably ask me about FIFA 21 somewhere down the stream. But yeah, so the question I wanted to ask you, Adam, would Bellerin fit at Cardiff City?
Not if they played not the way they played yesterday. I'll be honest with you. But from 1 to 11, it's about time. Against a better championship club, they turned up, and for 90 minutes they played absolutely fantastic. That's three wins on a bounce now. 8 goals scored in 3 games, none conceded, 9 points maximum, and only 8 points from top and 7 points from automatic.
Seems we are jealous of you.
I know. I was waiting for one of you to say something, man.
Nah, it's the championship. Kolasinac could probably dominate it.
Well, no, we have a young Arsenal right back playing as well. I can't remember his name now, to be honest. He was in he was in Germany, on loan in Germany last year. 1 second. For once, I got my laptop open while I'm on your stream. So,
It's Tutu.
Come on.
it's
Say Tutu.
it's 2-2, 2-2 or something, because they're saying that he was Desmond Tutu's long lost relative, apparently.
That
How's
was
he
what
playing?
He's okay. He's okay. He hasn't played every game, for one reason or another, but he's doing a solid job.
Yeah, 2-2 was my prediction for today's game. Unfortunately, it didn't happen.
He was with Bochum in Germany last season on loan.
Adam, you need to remember your own players.
But he's been in and out. He's been in and out, to be honest, and but they played brilliant yesterday, and long may that continue. For some reason, I think the manager may have got hookers, a lot of Colombian marching powder, and put something else in their drinks, because the last 3 games is a week can be a long time in football. And the last 3 games, they've been losing to the likes of Coventry, and then all of a sudden they win 3 games on a bounce. But I suppose that is championship football for you. Anybody can beat anybody.
Sounds like Man United, really.
They went probably, Adam, your way. They probably took in some lines and then they just rushed on the pitch. Probably Maradona coming back, Maradona 2.0.
But for the record, the Russian girl has blocked me. So if the Russian girl is watching, if she's watching, right?
It's not that.
It's you a loss. It's you a loss. I'll go with Moldovan now.
I think barely anyone would agree that it's their loss, but
Right,
Sofian is
just
saying,
1 second. Just 1 second. I just need to fill up. Refuel.
sure.
And
The only one probably who had a loss today was Adam himself, who was fined £200, or was it euros? Anyways, whatever it is, Sofian is saying Arteta is shambolic, and big up Vishal, my favorite. My club's in trouble. I saw somewhere. I somewhere read favorite in between. But anyways, Sofian Aftab is saying again, the championship is a good league. Arsenal could be in there soon. I don't think so. It's not happening. We are not that bad. We are bad,
I
but
think
we are
it's a
not
bit
that bad.
too. I think it's a bit too an exaggeration to say that Arsenal are going to get relegated. They're not that bad of a team. They're just in a bad spell. Obviously, they need some new players. Like Brownie said, maybe push the January transfer window from the summer, get some new players in then.
See, I don't have
It's
any problem
just,
with getting in new players. The only
yeah,
thing that irritates me is people saying bring back Mesut Ozil.
it might. I know, but if he did come back and he did well, would you not? Would you still not accept him back?
I don't want him. I want him gone. It's time to move on, move ahead. And he's not going to be coming back because of what he's been doing on Twitter. So he's not coming back. That is the main thing. But Harvey, can you go through the pressers that you were hearing before we started the video?
Well, so basically, Jose Mourinho, if you want to know, was saying that Arsenal in the second half caused more problems, but Tottenham could deal with them. The defence dealt with them quite easily. That's one of the main things he said. It looks like he wasn't bothered about how he won, but obviously that's Mourinho's type of way, and he is really bothered. And that win against Arsenal today is going to give them a massive boost, maybe to even progress in the league, which is sad to see for some Arsenal fans.
And big up to Andrew in the chat, and big up to Vishal as well, who's saying again PL is done for us, top 6 is done. We should focus on other cups now on.
yeah, but that was always done. I mean, only the deluded. Let's be honest. Only the deluded fan would say that the Premier League, Arsenal was going to win the Premier League. Top 6 was always going to be an issue, right? Because the competition is so much more competition now. I have always said, and Natesh, you can back me up on this. I've always said that because of the players' contracts, and no other club want to pay those kind of wages, the board, in my opinion, it comes across as a neutral that the board said to Arteta, look, as long as we're safe in this, there's no target for this season. Let's get to the end of the season, and with many of the deadwood going, the contracts have been freed up. The wages would be freed up. That is when we can make some serious moves.
I was just laughing because
I was
just laughing because Miss Melina is completely pissed off in the WhatsApp group. She's like, Arteta out, this fucking clown.
I don't think that top 6 is over for Arsenal.
Yeah,
no way.
I don't
I
think.
think I don't know if you guys agree.
To put things into perspective, we are completely out of form. We have been playing shit for the last 4, 5, 6 games, right? And we are 5 points behind top 6. That's how close it is, right?
Yeah.
So all we have to do is turn up.
I think they'll just finish around about where they finished last season.
Exactly. I feel we will be very close to similar positions. I don't think we will be in top 4. Very doubtedly, it will be somewhere around 5th to 8th. That's the place we'll hover around. It's obviously a January signing will really help us, but I think we can turn around even with the same squad and do better than what we are doing. That is for sure.
I think the January transfer window would be very telling for a lot of clubs this season. Because they'll have a better idea come January of when more fans can start going into the grounds, and when their off field revenue can start coming out, the machine can start coming again.
Yeah.
But one thing in which I will be critical of Arteta about as a non-Arsenal fan is his the way he wanted to block Ainsley Maitland-Niles' transfer to Wolves. Now that was worth just over 20 million, wasn't it, in the summer? And by all accounts, the reason he could see a future for Ainsley Maitland-Niles within Arsenal, going forward. Well, if that is true, why isn't he playing? And B, if he doesn't want to pick him, why didn't he sell him then? Because that money could have been a difference of Arsenal getting Uar as well in the summer, or not. I that is one criticism that will remain with me regarding Arteta, because it's just baffling. If you wanted to keep him that much, then play him. If he didn't want to keep him, then he should have signed him, because he could have got Uar as well in the summer.
I think Salah just scored.
No, you're joking.
Yeah, he has.
We need to remember that there's a game going on between Liverpool and Wolves as well. We are going to give you updates. But I just want to say one thing, Adam, you're forgetting that Ainsley is only 23. If he's saying that I want to keep Ainsley here, he could have long-term plans with him, because he's 23 right now. He's not 28, 29, 27.
Yeah, no, but
So,
listen, but
yeah.
basic. Okay, what you trying to say then, the test is that Ainsley may have had a promise, right? You stay with us. Wait until next season when the places will be more available to you. That's basically what you're saying.
One thing is that, and the other thing is maybe Ainsley might have said, hold on. The second thing is that Ainsley might have said that I want to play more in midfield. So Arteta must have told him that you are not ready to play in midfield right now. You need to develop, and then possibly I can switch you into midfield. So if those two things could be the reason why Ainsley is probably not playing right now that much.
That could well. Oh, hang on. That could well be the case. But the guy is 23, and no 23-year-old in a right mind, or no agent as well in a right mind, would allow a 23-year-old to just waste a year of his career at top flight level.
See, the thing is, I don't believe he's wasting his career, because he's not wasting anything, because he's already represented England. He's playing in the cup competitions. He's already playing in the under 23s as well. The only thing is, if you've seen, in the last game that he played in the Europa League, he played as an attacking midfielder. He didn't play as a right back. If he was that focused, and Arteta was also pushing him to be a right back, he would have definitely started as a right back in that game in the Europa League. But without a doubt, he just played as an attacking midfielder, creative midfielder. So I think that is the case. It's the midfield versus right back situation again, and Ainsley is probably more interested in playing moving forward.
To be honest,
sorry, go on.
To be honest, I would rather see him play in the middle, right? When we had Party, I would have rather seen, Maitland-Niles play in the middle instead of Xhaka, because he gives that legs, right? He can, go up and down the field, and much more energetic fellow. And again, passing range also, he has good passing range, right? That is one area where I also have complained with Arteta. I feel that we are underutilizing Maitland-Niles. We are just going with the same Xhaka Ceballos solution, right? Which is just not working. Everyone can see that.
I'm just wondering. Now, I may be putting more into it, but I'm just wondering whether Arteta thinks that if he drops the likes of Xhaka and all the other names in which has been banded around that he should drop, I'm just wondering whether they got too much influence within the changing room. Hence the reason why he can't do it.
But Xhaka was already dropped. If you see, Elneny and Party were
but if he drops 2 or 3, for 2 or 3 youngsters, would the influence of those 2 or 3 be just too much? Because let's be honest, those 2 or 3 will be joined by another one with Ozil. You know,
Yeah.
we don't know what's going on in a changing room, and let's be honest. There are issues coming out of a camp in between, and I'm just wondering whether or not he's just trying to play it safe by including the Deadwood, because if he drops 2 or 3 of them at one point at the same time, together with the Ozil fanboys or fan club, is that a dangerous PR game for Arteta and the club to play?
I think, yeah, I agree. I think there is
No,
a
I don't
thin
think
line.
so.
Okay. Uh, for me, I think there is
No,
a thin
I
line.
think what I feel is that. Go
Well,
ahead.
hang on. One of you
Go
answer.
ahead, Sankal.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
think
said Sankalp will answer.
there is a thin line, when you try to control a squad as a new manager. I don't think you can drop off, 3, 4, 5 senior members. Maybe you can pick and choose and do it to one or two, right? But anything over, especially when you're losing, right? You lose the control of the squad, of the dressing
Yeah,
room, right?
yeah,
I think he needs to keep some of them in his good books for sure. That's for
yeah.
sure.
No, I get the feeling. The problem is Arteta is probably expecting that this piece of trash called Granit Xhaka will actually perform like he was playing last season. But the problem is that this piece of trash has gone back to being the piece of trash that he was when Emery was here and when he asked the fans to fuck off. So unfortunately, Arteta is realizing slowly that trash will not be Martin or Xhaka in either ways, in whatever language you want to call them, whatever you want to call them, but trash is trash. So he's slowly realizing that El Neni it needs to be back in the team, and hopefully El Neni is back in the team quickly. And if that happens, I think Granit Xhaka will never see daylight again. And possibly, I don't understand why he did not take that deal when Inter Milan were saying Granit Xhaka for Christian Eriksen. I would have taken that in my sleep, or even when I was passed out.
To be honest,
I
I
would have
just think
probably said was
I just
passed
think
out probably.
I think that was just paper talk. If I'm honest with you, not even Inter Milan are stupid
No, I
enough
think no,
to do that kind of.
no. They offered even a 12 million deal. They said take Ericsson for 12 million, which is a cut price, which would give them a loss. Arsenal should have
Yeah,
just
but
taken it, and I think they will come
but
back and yeah.
no top flight.
Go ahead.
Let's be honest. No top flight club in whatever league, unless you're a top club in bloody Morocco or bloody Uzbekistan or whatever. No one in their right mind would offer Granit Xhaka a contract. He is lower Premier. He is lower Premier League player at best, right?
We are
And
talking about a club that recently took over Ashley Young, right?
Yeah, but
Inter
they made actually
Milan,
look good, didn't they? To be honest,
yeah,
they made him look quite
and
good.
they're well known for trying out these kind of signings where they get someone who's kind of spent for cheap.
Lukaku, Lukaku.
I know, but the thing is, with Ericsson coming in, you obviously want a higher wage, and you might have the case of another Ozil on your hands. You can't get him out of the club, and he's just sat there dry.
The thing with
I don't know with Ericsson,
the
to be
thing with
honest.
Ericsson, the thing with Ericsson is, see, I'll tell you why Inter Milan wants to get him off their books is because of wages. But the only thing is, Arsenal will only sign him if he takes a pay cut to come to us, because we are not going to give him that kind of money. And the other thing is, even if we give him a deal, we may not give him a 2-year deal because of the fact, and we can right now afford to give him a 2-year deal because our 1 million per week, almost 1 million pounds per week, will be off the books at the end of this season. Almost 1 million. So that is why I'm trying to tell you, I think Ericsson deal could be on, because, and even if you see Granit Xhaka is, I think, probably earning 180k a week. Even if we give him around 180k a week, I think it's an upgrade. It's an upgrade for me. So I wouldn't mind. I would take the deal. Granit Xhaka out, give him a 2-year deal or maximum a 3-year deal at 180k. But I think it should be 2 years more, not 3, because Ericsson is also aging, and I think he's around 29, or what is his age again? Let me just quickly check. Hold on. I think he's 28 or 29 right now. He's 28. He's 28. So 3-year deal is still fine. Till 31, I think there is no problem with that. But beyond that, I would not give him any more extensions unless he
Yeah.
really produces some magic. So I don't think a 3-year deal will be a problem because we have tolerated Granit Xhaka for so long. A creative player like Eriksen who can fall deep and who can stay deep adds to our style of play right now. If you see, our problem is when do we concede the goal? When our defensive side of players, which include the fullbacks, push forward and our defense gets exposed at that point of time. But with Ericsson, he will play for those long kind of balls and through balls through deep midfield, and that is what exactly can help Arsenal at the moment. So I would definitely take Ericsson for Granit Xhaka without a second thought. Granit Xhaka is trash. I would dump him probably in the Pacific Ocean or whatever ocean is around Arctic Ocean, and probably get in Ericsson as soon as possible.
I don't know. I mean, Ericsson was coming to his contract, wouldn't he? End of his contract at Tottenham. That's why Tottenham basically took a very low amount for him in January, because something is better than nothing.
He refused to extend. He refused to
Yeah.
extend. He
So
said fuck off Spurs. Yeah.
So with come to the end of their contracts, then the buying club, the money in which the buying club would have paid extra goes into the player's wage, basically, doesn't it? So would Ericsson want to leave that for half his wage or whatever? I doubt it. The problem, what people don't realise, right? Now, I know I'm going back nearly just over 10 years, but what people don't realise is that this is what Arsenal fans don't really realise regarding Aaron Ramsey. Juventus can offer him to any club in the world, right? Juventus can go back. Do you want him? Do you want him? Do you want him? Do you want him? But hang on, if a player doesn't want to leave, the player doesn't have to leave. That is the difference. If a player is on 400 grand a week at Juve or Inter or whatever else, he doesn't have to go to bloody Arsenal if Inter or Juve want to leave him go. He can just say, "Oh, fuck off. I'm on 400 grand a week. I'm enjoying life. Whether you want to play me or not, that's up to you."
Yeah, but the thing with Ericsson is right now he's kind of in his prime. He's 28.
Is he? I think he's past it, if I'm honest with you.
That no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think his prime.
He doesn't fit into Conte's plans. The thing is, he doesn't fit into Conte's plans. Second thing, I'll tell you one more thing. Ericsson does not have a long contract with Inter. A couple of more years and he'll be gone from Inter as well. And then he will have to anyways look for another club. So it would make sense if he can try to get a 3-year or a 4-year deal with Arsenal right now. It would make more sense for him because then he will be like 32, 31, 32. And at least then he can probably go back to Denmark. Another thing, right now he's playing for the international squad. He would want to play regular first team football so that he can play regularly for the Danish side. That is also another factor. Ozil's case is different. If today I'll tell you, if Ozil was not having those issues with the German national team, if he wanted to represent, he would be fighting at a club for his first team place so that he could play for Germany in the upcoming World Cup. But because he's lost that ambition as well, he doesn't playing at the club level as well. He's just bothered about the money. And Harvey is back quickly. Before I get into the conversation again, I'll quickly go through some of the comments. Vishal is saying Europa and FA Cup should be our targets and the focus of the matches and post-January transfer window. Big up Miss Melina and Andrew in the chat. And apart from that, Anish is saying that big up all. We are really expecting us to address this in January window. Except for Aubameyang, I don't recall we making any sensible signing or loan in January. I think if we get another player which is even as half the capability of Aubameyang right now, but is a creative midfielder with a few goals in him, I think our problem could be addressed. That is one of our major issues. And Anish is saying absolutely Ainsley Maitland-Niles plus Partey is our best midfield. And he's also adding, but this isn't the job of the coach to manage the dressing room for such drops. Isn't it his job? And he's further saying the problem with this club is deadwood. The bigger problem is we replacing deadwood with more deadwood like Willian. I think Willian and Lacazette were two of the best players in the team today, up front at least. And that seems like wrong signing. Nelson was subbed out. also in Thursday. If he was not going to play on Sunday, then why not play him fully on Thursday? That too when he was having a good match. I'm surprised. Why was Eddie Fakidia in the squad today? That is what I'm going to call him now. Eddie
Yeah, he's
Fakidia or
I've been saying this for a while, and even Sandcope, I would hope, would support me on this. People, Arsenal fans have been crying out for some youngsters to be played, and Nketiah is one of them. I just don't think they're up to the standard. I don't think they're up to the
I
standard.
will bet I will bet you on this. No Arsenal fan will cry for Eddie to be in the team. Nobody. If someone cries for Eddie,
Hang on, but that is only because of his recent form. We both know, or we all know at the moment, doing these kind of podcasts for many months now, but towards the end of last season, people were crying out for Nketiah to be involved.
I don't think so.
They
The
were.
only reason
Sandkelp
the,
they were crying out for all the youngsters to be involved, which some of them it still goes through. I just don't think they are up to standard, and that's why they're not getting involved. I would say that there is an opportunity for Maitland-Niles, and it must be because Arteta didn't want that transfer to Wolves to go through. So he must be in his plans at some point. I'm baffled as to where that point is, but with the other ones, I just don't think they're up to it, and they're only at Arsenal at the moment. I think because of cover because they're in the Europa League, so they play them. They play the youngsters during the group games of the Europa League against the likes of Dundalk and everybody else, because it saves the fitness of the better players. But if they weren't in the Europa League, the likes of Nketiah, I think, would have been gone a long time ago.
See, I don't
yeah,
agree
that is
here.
exactly the thing. Good.
With Arsenal and Nketiah for sure. And I think it's very difficult when you play as a striker in this team for sure, right? I would like to criticize him, but then Aubameyang has failed, has played in that position. He has failed. Lacazette has played in that position. He has failed, right? It is not exactly the squad which is easy for a player in that position to go ahead and score goals. He's a good player. He has good positioning sense. He can score goals. He might not be a player who can start today. That I will completely agree. But I think he still has the skill set, and we need to be patient with him. Uh, is he a direct replacement of Rice Nelson? No. I mean, one striker backup we need to have. We need to have Eddie in the team because he's the only striker backup that we have. But I do not know why Rice Nelson is not there when we have two, three midfielders in the backup. We had Maitland Niles, we had Ceballos, and we had El Neni. Three players with similar capabilities in the bench when we could have two and we could have added Rice Nelson. I do not know whether there are any injury issues. I I hope not, but then there is no other explanation as to why he's not there.
Do you think
No,
as
when did we
Arsenal
have wait?
fans?
When did we have
Sorry.
Niles and when did we have Niles and El Neni?
Today in the bench, on the bench.
Do you think as
I
Arsenal
thought
fans, right? Do you think as Arsenal fans, one of the worst things that could have happened to Arteta was actually to win the FA Cup? Because it gave fans so much false hope. And we all know as
hold
football
on, but
fans, it's the hope that
we'll
kills
get it.
us.
Adam, hold on. I want to ask one question then. Why the fuck did not he replace Granit Xhaka with El Neni at halftime when he saw Granit Xhaka was doing absolutely crap?
Because we made one sub from party, right? So he was forced to make one sub. He could not have done two.
What logic is that? When your main experienced midfielder is playing like a virgin who has never had sex before, then what's the point of keeping him on the pitch? He's playing like he doesn't know what football means. The guy was like he was lost. He was lost and looking for his ex-wife who probably ran away with someone else. That was how he was
I
looking,
am an
like those
innocent
Hindi
man.
film.
I am an innocent man.
Yeah, it reminded me of a Bollywood movie where someone's wife runs away with the driver or something like that, and the poor guy is running from station to station asking the police to find his wife, and that is what he was looking like. He had no clue what was going on. He was like the victim of a thriller movie, and that is what he was looking like.
I
I Go ahead.
I don't know. There there are issues within the camp. Let's be honest, but I don't know. If this situation was going at Cardiff, and believe me, we've had far worse bloody situations, I tell you, right? But as a supporter of a club, if I could see these kind of issues going on, my support would be firmly behind the manager. And it would be firmly behind the manager because of a couple of reasons. I would think it would be completely unfair to give another manager the January transfer window. Okay? Because the manager hasn't been publicly given targets by the Arsenal board. So I think it can just, wipe off his season. You know, a lot of the deadwood would go. And probably, let's be honest, a lot of the influential, mouthy bastards in the changing room are deadwood. Yeah? Let's be completely honest here. Right? Because you can
Liverpool
tell
have
it.
given away a penalty. Sorry,
Yeah.
just add.
Oh, yeah. I've just seen it now.
What just happened?
Wolves have got a penalty.
Nice. I don't have any Liverpool defenders.
Mane was trying a vertical kick in his own half, and he kicked another player.
You know,
Who got the assist for the Salah goal?
Henderson.
Fuck it. Anyways, go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
No, a lot of deadwood. Let's be honest. A lot of a deadwood, right, would be very influential in dressing room because of their experience, and they'd probably be mouthy bastards, horrible mouthy bastards. Think they're in charge. Let's be honest, right? Any other. Oh, I don't think he touched him, did he? He didn't touch him. He didn't touch him in that penalty.
Yep.
I don't think VAR's going to give it.
Yeah. I think it was a direct. Yeah.
Sorry, a lot of the deadwood are going to be influential. So no matter who you will have in your team, who you have for a manager, because of the transfer windows being as they are now, whereas years ago you could transfer anyone at any point in time. It kind of gives me the impression that if you get a new manager in and give him a January transfer window, you could want the wrong type of players because he hasn't had the experience with the players on the pitch.
Yeah.
You know, so they give him a penalty. So I think I can see what Arteta is trying to do, and it's so frustrating. But even though I can see what he's trying to do, he's making it hard for himself. He's making it hard for himself because there's no way on God's earth Thomas Partey was full 100% fit. Now Arteta's played at the highest level himself, and not too long ago either. He knows how players' mindsets are. Okay, there's no way Thomas Partey would have gone back to training on Friday and been fit for North London Derby on Sunday. It's absolutely ridiculous decision. I don't care if it was Arteta's decision or the medical staff. The medical staff recently has been under pressure because of a David Luiz bloody thing, in which they said he was okay to still play after the incident with Jimenez.
Yeah.
Right? The medical staff, whatever they say, Arteta has to go with. has to go with. That was actually, that's always been the case, but it was also kind of reenacted during the Spurs documentary when Mourinho wanted Son to play and he just wasn't fit enough. Mourinho was like, he has to play on Sunday, and the medical staff was saying he is not fit enough. Now, as an asset, as the club's asset, the club doesn't want to damage their asset. So if medical people say he's not fit enough, he doesn't play. Okay? Now, where was the common sense of the medical staff plus Arteta? Because we all know what players are like. The players are human beings. It's coming up to a North London derby. Are you fit enough? Yeah, boss, I'll play. No problem. Give me an injection. That's basically what it probably was. Give me an injection, I'll be fine. The guy hasn't played for nearly 3 weeks, so he wasn't match fit anyway. Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah.
You can do a late fitness test. I've watched late fitness tests before. They come out half an hour before the game. They put a few cones out on a pitch, and they see what the guy is like in sprinting. But it's solely on it. Things like that are solely on trust. You have to trust the player to say, look, are you really fit enough? Can you feel anything? Is it any pulls or whatever? If a player says he is fit after like a late fitness test, you have to trust the player.
Yeah, so I think that is what Arteta has done here. But unfortunately,
Arteta being a player at the top level who only retired 2 or 3 years ago, surely he should remember, right, when I was playing, there was a couple of times in which I wasn't fully fit, and I declared myself fit. But Arteta is under so much pressure from fans at the moment. Is that the type of risk he wanted to take? It's crazy.
see, that is the thing. But Arteta unfortunately has no option, because his other midfielders, if he would have played any of them, he would have lost. Even as Sankalp said, I don't agree completely that we would have not conceded goals, but we would have probably not had that slight fight that he was expecting from Thomas Partey being in the team. And if it worked out, if he would have been fit for the 90 minutes, it could have worked out in our favor as well. That we could have probably gotten a draw out of it. Unfortunately,
Yeah, it's
not.
always if some buts roll the test. And you know what? He's in position with fans' confidence now, where you don't take risks like that. You take risks like that when you have the backing of the fans. And at the moment, he's in the eyes of the fans, he's a dead man walking. And another thing as well, and I've said this on the podcast.
I think it didn't matter.
Has he frozen?
Go ahead, Adam.
Oh, sorry. Another thing as well, which I brought up on a podcast yesterday. Sankalp, I don't know if you were watching a podcast. Me and Natesh were on Sam's channel about today's game. Right? Now, okay, I am from an age, and Sankalp, unfortunately, Sankalp, we are from an age where 4-4-2 was the norm. Okay? Then you had certain teams playing one man up front and playing 5 in the middle, and a 5 always swamped. 5 in midfield. So the middle 3 would always swamp the middle 2 of any other teams playing a 4-4-2. Yeah. Now this is where I'm getting baffled with Arteta's 3-4-3, right? And you could see it on some of the highlights. It's basically, Spurs' 3 in the middle of a park. We're always going to beat Arsenal's 2 in the middle of a park. So if you have the counter attack, how on earth is the midfield going to stop a counter attack when you're always going to have one more man?
Yeah. I think this is something
I think
that
that
even
is where they were expecting Gab.
Sorry, please go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Sankar. Go ahead. No, I was saying
Uh,
that is where they were expecting that Bellerin will do something, but Bellerin was absolutely trash. He's pathetic.
yeah, I
Go
get
ahead.
your point, Adam. I think when you play 3-4-3, right, you should ideally be the team which is countering. You cannot be the team which is pressing and having all the position, right? When Arteta played 3-4-3, I thought today that was the idea that we will sit back and we will counter. That can help, right? When you are countering, but when you are playing, possession football with two players in the middle against one of the best counter-attacking teams in the league, you are setting yourself up for failure for sure. I mean,
But Sankalp, if you do a count, if it, it's no, I'm sorry to disagree with you there, yeah, and you know I love you to bits, right? But but you cannot counter attack if you're always going to be one man down in the middle of a park. Do you know what
you
I'm
can
saying?
you can still do that, right?
I personally
because
think
you take
go on.
advantage of certain situations, right? Because when it is about counter, it is about speed. You take the help of only one midfielder to ensure that the ball either goes to one wing or the other, right? So you can do it. It's not like you cannot do it. It depends on the situation that you create and how
But
fast you take advantage of it.
But Spurs played, the three Spurs played was kind of like two were sitting defenders, two defensive midfielders sitting there with the third one, helping the
I,
attack. That's the
and
three
I
in the
will give you
middle.
examples, Adam. If you see last season when we played against City in the FA Cup semis, right? They were playing three-man midfield. We were playing two-man midfield, and that's exactly what we did, right? So Arteta has done it. It's not like it cannot be done. It can be done, but it has to be done with precision.
Yeah.
That Spurs played with today, not us.
Well,
And
would you agree? Would you agree with me? So one point, right? Would you agree with me that the teams who are now playing three up front, let's be honest, it was an invention of a Pep invention, a Klopp invention, whoever bloody invented it. The last few years, it has become the norm to do it. Yeah. Would you agree with me that whoever the teams who are playing three up front are now starting to get found out? Well, that tactic is starting to get found out because you play three up front, it weakens your midfield because you haven't got that extra man in the middle of the park.
But you can play 4-3-3, right? That's why that is the formation that everyone uses, right?
Yeah, I know.
Four.
I think it's getting found out now.
and
It's starting to get found out. If
no,
I
I
was
just wanted
Arteta,
to add.
formation I would do or the trial I would do. He obviously likes three in the back, and I can see why he likes three in the back. But 3-5-2 and play Lacazette and Aubameyang as a pairing up front. And the midfield can't get swamped because you've got the extra man in the middle of a park. And give that a go.
I'll say one more thing with respect to today. If you saw, Lacazette did not play up front. He was playing behind Aubameyang. He wasn't
Yeah.
playing with Aubameyang or in the middle. Aubameyang was playing center. And see the second goal. Where was it created? I think it was Bellerin who put a ball in for Aubameyang. It was slightly behind Aubameyang. They got the ball. Aubameyang couldn't challenge for it. They got the ball. They played it out from there. And then their counter attack started. So
Yeah,
I don't blame Bellerin. I don't blame Aubameyang. I blame the players in midfield. Why were they
exactly.
sleeping? They were
Exactly.
sleeping.
No, they
They no, it
gambled.
wasn't. No, they. It wasn't about gamble. They were kind of
God.
sleeping, and we were one man short. We were one man short. Unfortunately, that is the main problem. I think if Thomas Partey would have been on that for that moment, I think we wouldn't have conceded that goal. Harry Kane wouldn't get that space at the back. It was because Thomas Partey was injured and out. That is why when that counter happened, that is why there was a space created, which was a very big space. There were two or three Spurs players free there. it would have been more even if Thomas Partey was on the pitch. He tried to run to the rescue from the lines, but he couldn't walk more than 4 to 5 steps, and he got limped off. He started
Yeah.
limping again after 2 to 3 steps rather. Not
But going back to that second goal, Nitesh, it was seconds remaining until for the halftime whistle. You had one man who was off the pitch. So you were down to 10 men for the time being. Yeah. Now I watched that goal time and time again. Now Harvey even backed me up earlier on. Okay. You don't They gambled. They wanted to put as many guys forward to get that goal before half time, and it was suicidal. It was
no,
4 against 2 when they reached the penalty area. It was 4 strikers against 2. Where the hell was the
that
other
is what I'm
third
saying.
fucking? Where the hell was the
It
other third centre half? I don't know.
It
Right?
became 4 against 2. It became 4 against 2 because there was a midfielder missing. If
Yeah,
that
but you know
midfielder
what?
was not missing, and I'll tell you one more thing:
Nah.
a few inches on either side for that Aubameyang pass that came in from Bellerin, it could have been an equalizer. But unfortunately, it wasn't because it was behind him and he couldn't get it. And then Spurs, I think there was a good challenge. I don't remember the player. I think maybe Aurier or someone else challenged Aubameyang, stole the ball, and then pushed it forward. So it was because of the quickness and the
Nah.
tactic that they used that they got that, adding to the point that it was one man down.
No.
If Partey was on the pitch at that point of time, he wasn't injured, I don't think we would have conceded that second goal. And the first one, we gave him a lot of space. I don't think too many players were expecting he would take a shot from there, and it was a brilliant shot. That was, I think, individual brilliance. But the second goal was because of the fact that we had an injury, and Mourinho saw that, and Mourinho has probably asked his team to capitalize on it, and they did. I think Thomas Partey, if he was injured, he should have gone down on the pitch and probably asked for a substitute immediately. But they wanted to try.
I respectfully disagree. And look at me using big words like that. I respectfully disagree with you. All right?
What do you disagree on?
That second goal was down to the naivety of the players. Okay? You were one man down. Seconds from a halftime whistle. You just sit it out. Right? Those midfielders should not have gone too far up the pitch, because what the worst thing that could have happened actually happened. Partey could see it happening on the sideline. That's why he tried to run back on. Okay,
Arteta could see it, and Partey could see it.
Naivety. You don't gamble like that at the end of the first half when you're one man down. I don't care who you are. You could be bloody, non-league outfit. You could be Dundalk, right? I'm telling you, not even Dundalk would be that naive. If a one man
No, the
down
error.
because the player's off injured.
I'll repeat it.
But
The error was the one man down part. I am not complaining about the part that they were trying to attack, because that could have been a goal. As I said, either if a few inches on either side, it could have been. But what I'm trying to say is the part that they messed up was that Thomas Partey was off the field and they were one man short. That was a serious mess up, because when Bellerin pushed forward to deliver that cross, he was way too forward, and there was, I think, Lacazette was around the box as well. Aubameyang was there as well. So 3 to 4 players were involved in that play, and that is why there was a big void left with one man off the pitch. So I think
I can't even tell you. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I'm watching it again, yeah, and I couldn't even tell you where the third centre half was. How on earth can you have 4 against 2 if you play 3 at the back? Where the hell was the third centre half?
Because he does not. When we attack, we do not play with 3 at the back. When we attack, we play with 2 at the back.
Right. So hang on. When you're up against teams, okay. I know Kane plays as a sole striker and he got the 3 and the 2. I understand that, yeah. Okay, but a few times I played centre half. I hated playing it, yeah. But as a centre half, it's why many captains are actually centre half. As you're in that position, you can see the whole game happening in front of you. Yeah? Now, when Kane picks that ball up, he drops back and picks the ball up to make it a 4. right? Where the hell was the sense of the Arsenal players in, right, hang on, come back, drop back, because it's bloody 4-2. You know, it's naivety at best, and freaking schoolboy level. As Harvey said earlier, right? You're not even told that. I don't know how old Harvey is, but I wasn't even told that at under 12, under 10 level. And I'm 42
No, that
years
is what
old.
I'm saying. See, Adam, that is what I'm saying. I am trying to tell you that, see, if we were not one man short at that point of time, we had every right to go for that attack. But unfortunately, we were one man short at that point of time, and so we conceded that goal. I don't think it was about the time. It was about the problem that we were one man short, and
Naivety.
Thomas Partey was
Do
no
you, do
Thomas
you,
Partey
do,
was
do
off
you
the
think
pitch.
do you think that some of the
Yeah.
players realised that they were a man down?
No, that is the thing. That is what they did not realize. They did
Well,
not realize that mistake. That is where the mistake is. Not because of the time. The timing was not a problem. We should have been attacking at any point of time. But the thing was that they did not realize that we are probably one man down, and Spurs can actually counter attack us quickly and fuck us.
so basically, then it's down to
Yeah.
communication. You're saying. So basically,
Yes,
it's
the
down to
communication was a
communication between the
problem.
players, which communication
Yeah.
is the problem then, which then brings it back to my original freaking point that being naivety. If you don't talk to players, then how the hell, if there's no communication within players, how the hell can you have a team mindset?
See, that is the thing. That is where people like Granit Xhaka should have taken more responsibility. But that twat won't do anything. That is the problem. Why do I call him trash? Because he is trash at the end of the day. No one, no matter how much his PR team or any of the Arsenal fans want to defend Granit Xhaka, he's absolutely trash at the end of the day. We all know it. And Bellerin is joining the trash group as well. They're going to form a rock band called Trash soon. With the fashion designer, they already got their fashion designer, and they got a lazy bum as well who can probably be the drummer because he can sit and play the drums. So we got three members of Trash ready. Maybe Granit Xhaka can be the vocalist because he's vocal as well, and Bellerin can
And
be the
and, and,
bassist.
and I tell you what, who can be the PR manager? The Russian girlfriend of mine.
But anyways, Sankalp needs to leave
So,
as well,
hang,
so
so
we
hang
will
on. So hang
go
on.
ahead.
Going back on that point. Sorry, Sanko. Going back on that point, you mentioned about Zaka, but surely where was the captain in all this? Where was the captain in all this? And I'll give that point to Sanko.
Abane?
Where was the captain on all this? If there was no communication, where was the captain?
So Aubameyang is a forward, right? And that's where the problem is when you take, players in the forward positions, acting as a captain. Ideally, I would love to have someone in the middle or at the back act as a captain. But then we don't have anyone, to be honest, captaincy material. I don't think anyone in this team is, captaincy material as of now.
We'll have that discussion about Aubameyang and Vardy and the debate as well. So Sankalp will quickly wrap it up. Brownie gave you a point and he left. So what we'll do is, where can people find you? Can you just quickly tell the guys as well? And before that, just one more thing, quickly, a big shout to Harvey as well. United Daily Transfer News. I had forgotten the name, but there it is in the chat. Big up to you, Harvey. And Sankalp, where can people find you?
On my Twitter page, Understanding Football, please follow me for football and FPL related content. Thank you.
And Adam can be found on Football with Brownie on his YouTube channel. Adam, where can people find you?
Yeah, Football with Brownie on YouTube, Football with Brownie Facebook page, and my Twitter is fuck knows. Hang on one second.
Just say Football Brownie. Football Brownie.
Yeah, Football Brownie, but without the E on the end and a 1 instead of the E, I think.
Yeah. And you'll find him because you can see his face all over there.
Yeah,
but I'll just say thank you to both you
unfortunately, you
guys.
see my mug.
But I'll just say thank you to both you guys. We'll have the Vardy versus Aubameyang discussion. I think right now we were all fired up with this topic, so we have gotten into that, and I will be quickly dropping off to Igal's channel for some time, possibly. Let's see. So thank you, Adam, and thank you, Sankal, for joining me. Big up to both you guys.
Yeah, I've
And
enjoyed it. I've enjoyed
unfortunately,
it.
unfortunately, not that great a game for Arsenal fans, but we'll have more discussions and debates with you guys. So big up to all of you. Thank you so much for joining in, and I'll keep giving you updates for the upcoming events. Bye, guys. Be home. Be safe. Thank you once again, everyone in the panel and everyone on the chat. Take care.